What's up, you guys? It's your girl Mo Christine. On today's episode of Kicking It with Mo, we've got Simi. Now, she was referred to me by you guys, so definitely had to get her on the show. The more ladies, the better. Let's go. Hey.
Hi, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
I'm all right. Thank you so much for having me.
No problem. I saw your page. Your friend suggested me. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna hit her
She's
up.
a sweetheart. Shout out Ramona. It's my
Yes.
girl since day one.
So I was like, you know what? I just love getting other females on here because
Yeah.
it's pretty much male dominated. So
Mhm.
it was good to get some females on here.
Yeah, and I love it. I love seeing females supporting other females, you know what I'm saying? Like just looking out for each other. Even the fact that my Ramona, suggested me, I was just like that's real, you know what I'm saying? I was like, I really appreciated that.
Yes. Now, for those who may not know you, please
Mhm.
tell us a little bit about yourself.
So my name is Simi. I'm 24 years old. A lot of people see my page and they can see I'm into sneakers. I've been into sneakers for like a few years now. I work for Foot Locker. So there you go. There's the connection right there. I was going to, University of Toronto for a few years. So I was living in Toronto for a bit, but now I'm living just north of Toronto, outside Toronto, working that kind of thing. And that's pretty much a little basic bio about me.
All right. So tell us when and how that love for kicks started, or how did it grow?
Well, I feel like I've always had a general appreciation for fashion. Like I was always into, like what's cool and that kind of thing. And like bug my mom with shopping trips when I was younger, be like, I need this, this, and this, that's what's in right now. When it comes to like things like Jordans, like I remember being able to walk into a Foot Locker in grade school and buying, like I remember buying cement threes off the wall, you know what I'm saying, for my brother. And then eventually like I was like he stopped wearing them and I'm like, I'll wear them. And like it wasn't even that big of a deal back then.
Yeah.
Now Jordans cost so much. So I remember like in high school and stuff, before I had a job, I was into like Vans and I was into Converse because those are your cheap like sneakers that you can really get into and like express yourself with. And now that I'm older, I've gotten a lot more back into like, retros and trying to get all the shoes that I feel like I couldn't get as a kid. So I feel like that's what a lot of people have in common in the sneaker community nowadays. It's become more accessible in some ways, more than it used to be for us. So especially now that I'm making my own money, it's like I can choose what I want to spend it on. I can buy $200-300 Jordans, and it's not coming from anyone's wallet except mine. So I feel like that's pretty much where it started.
Yeah, nice. So, what or how many pairs could you say that you have?
I think last time I counted about 70 to like maybe 80 pairs. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot.
Like I know people look at that and they're like, that's crazy. And I'm like, here's the thing though, I fit into kid sizes. So it's not like men out there who are buying like $300 shoes. We still get to get like $100 to $200 range. So it's not, and I'm like, especially while I'm working for a sneaker company, like take advantage of it while you can. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, yes. So you don't experience that many L's as I do.
Probably not as much. I still have my fair share. Foot Locker Canada, I feel like is still on its way up, and Foot Locker like America, obviously, they get a lot more of the dope exclusive releases. Any stores in America tend to do that. So there's still some L's I take. And also it's like here, even if we do get the more exclusive shoes or whatever, I feel like they limit it to like certain stores in certain cities and locations and stuff. So just depending on where your proximity to these stores and who you might know and kind of thing definitely impacts whether or not you're taking an L on a release.
Okay, so working at Foot Locker though, is there like a lot of pressure?
Pressure from what, like the company, or you mean from like the community or something?
You work there and it's hard to get kicks, so it's like, hey.
Definitely a lot. It's funny, like people I don't even know, once they follow me on Instagram, once they find out that I work for the company, not even a hey, what's up? Like I'm introducing myself, just like, hey, can you get me these? You know what I'm saying? So things like that. And it's like, it's never like that. You know what I'm saying?
Leave her alone, people.
Right?
Yes. All right, now. Oh, hey. He wants to come and kick it too. That's all. That's okay. How much have you spent on shoes?
Definitely, like I would say, let's do the rough math. So let's say like 150, I would say, to 200 between the average shoe. Let's just say 150.
Okay.
Times, let's say 70 pairs. Looking at about 10 racks, but you never want to think about that. You never want to think about it that way.
No, it's roughly 10. It could be like, 1,000.
Over a few years.
Wow. Okay. I mean, it's just you love sneakers, right? So you're gonna.
Some people invest in cars. Some people invest in designer bags. Yeah. For me, it's shoes.
Yeah, exactly. And do you find yourself? Do you get to wear? Do you wear all your pairs, or do you forget about?
I always like to buy them to rock them. Maybe there's like a few pairs here and there, like the UNC ones that just recently dropped. I haven't unDS'd them yet. Can you relax?
So beautiful.
Here, Bruno, say hi. Oh.
Hi. Now he doesn't want to say hi. Wow, rude.
He heard that. Yeah. So I always try to wear them as much as I can, just because I feel like it's the first thing I think about when I think about what I'm going to wear that day. It's like from the bottom up. So, and I feel like shoes are just such an easy way to talk about how you're feeling that day or show people what you're talking about that day, kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it's like I try to wear a different pair of shoes every single day.
Nice. I don't have as many pairs as you do, but I do find myself forgetting about pairs, and I'm like, oh yeah, I have those.
You know what I'm saying? And then so it's like for me, when I'm thinking about buying some shoes, I'm always just like, but am I really going to wear them that often? Yeah. Like even for instance, like the Black Cat 4s, I have like the actual, like the suede Black Cat 4s. And then I have the Olivia Kim collaboration with the pony hair. And that one is the one I probably get a bit more aware of. And the other ones are pretty much like, I've probably worn them like one time kind of thing. But if there is a shoe that I might just double up on it instead. If there's a shoe that I really want, like I need to double up on the bread toes because I beat my pair up. I've worn those so much. So, and it's like, because the resale on those are looking kind of crazy too, right?
Yeah, very. Yeah. But I mean, at least you have a pair.
Yeah. Can't be upset with that. No, for sure.
All right. So let's get into the 3 main questions that I ask each guest when you're kicking it with me. What are your top 3 / go-to pairs? And if you have them, we want to see them.
Yes, I got them here for you.
All right.
So let's start off with the Biotech Dunks. I know I wanted these. I love the colorways. I just love like different colors, and I love like loud, funky kind of shoes. These are probably the only shoes that I've actually lined up for because Foot Locker didn't drop them. So I actually had to like line up for these and wait a few hours to get these. This is really nice.
How long did you line up for?
The store was going to open at 11 and I was down there for 7. I didn't need to be, I don't think so, because I was one of the first few people there. But I think it was definitely worth it. Because the thing is with our size, like smaller sizes, it's usually the first to go, right? Like anything at the smallest and the largest of the size ranges, they normally only give you like 1 or 2 per size run, right? So it's just like, I knew that if there was 2 other people in front of me with my size, I'd lose luck on that stuff. So that's why I was like, I have to get these. But yeah. And then the second ones, the Melody Asani Fearless Mids, the Melody Asani collab. These were awesome because I'm a big fan of Melody Asani and like what she stands for and all that stuff. And it's the watch face for me, you know what I'm saying? Like that was so gorgeous. And I found that to be such a nice little touch of like femininity and like just like the jewelry. It's just like flex, like when you're wearing these shoes, even like the small little details, like the cloud soles, just the writing on here. I like the color choices, the quality of the leather. I think I've only worn these like twice because it's just like they're so nice.
They're beautiful.
Right? And I was like, people are always like, are those watches real? And I'm like, no, imagine the cost if those were real like watches.
Crazy. Did you have to line up for those or?
No, these I actually was lucky to win a raffle at the Jordan store downtown.
Wow.
In Toronto. So I was really, really fortunate to be able to get my hands on these. Yeah, especially my size is so common. I'm like 8.5 women's. So I was just really fortunate to get those. And then my favorite shoes are the Aleli May Shadows.
I love them.
These ones are like, I saw these and knew I had to have them. And at the time when they released, I wasn't able to get a pair. So that was really upsetting. But it was one of those things where if you want a shoe bad enough and you save up for it on the side, you know what I'm saying? The moment will come. That's what I always tell people with like their grails and stuff. And I'm like, if you just keep an eye on the shoe, whether it's like grailed or Depop or like someone online is selling them, like just keep an eye on it because someone's going to drop a price and then you're just going to be the first person to get that notification and you're just like, this is my moment. So especially on the markets nowadays, like the prices are always fluctuating. So these ones, these are like my ultimate. Like I just love Aleli May. She's one of my inspirations in the fashion and sneaker community. And so I just knew I had to have her pair of shoes. Like it's just the satin, the corduroy, the wool, like the colorway, it goes with anything and everything. Yeah, this is my favorite.
They are just glowing, right? Like I'm just looking at it like.
They're so pretty.
Oh my goodness. And do you wear them a lot or?
I try not to.
Okay.
I really, really want to, but I try not to. I feel like in Canada, it's one of the things that sucks about sneakers that I always be mindful of is any shoes that have like a really like a fragile material, you can't predict the weather here. You know what I'm saying? So suede shoes, I barely like to rock because getting those wet is such a pain. And then like this, the wool and the satin, like just one drop of like coffee on them and then just be moved to tears. Yeah. So I try not to. These are like a birthday day shoe or like, you know what I'm saying? Like
special occasion
type of shoe or something like that. Like that's what these ones are for sure.
Love. Okay, so those are your top threes. Now, are there any past releases that you wish you got?
Yeah, so definitely the Off-White 4s, the sale colorway, the women's release. That one was such a big L. Those are such a gorgeous neutral shoe. Like you could wear it with anything. The color's amazing. Like, oh, that shoe is buttery. Like I wish I was able to get my hands on those. Another one is the satin shattered backboards. Those ones, oh, I missed the little, this was before I worked for Foot Locker too, but like the Jordan store, when they initially dropped them, I didn't win the raffle. And then they had a small little restock, if I remember. And I remember like someone walked into the store I was working on at the time and they told me, and I was like, what the hell? And I stopped and I was like, I have to call them right now and see. And they were like, yeah, they're gone. And I was like, of course. So that was a big L. Those are gorgeous. And the third shoe is probably the Adidas NMD collaboration with Bape. That was a big release. I remember I was working in the area of the Adidas store at the time in Toronto, and I was like so confident that I was gonna be able to get my hands on a pair of shoes, but I don't know if it was like a stock issue or something, but I remember they ended up canceling or like postponing the drop for whatever reason. I was like, maybe it was too crazy or something, but those, not being able to get my hands on those like sucked. Like those are such a nice shoe, especially at the time when Adidas was like Adidas, Yeezy, Ultra Boost. There was that whole thing going on, like that trend, but those shoes are still like, I would love to get my hands on those.
Yeah. All three pairs that you talked about, they're all fire, but all the three pairs that you have
makes up for it. You win some, lose some. You know what I'm saying? Like anytime I take an L on a release, I'm always like, you've been through worse. You'll survive.
Yeah, and you have some fire ones. Oh man! All right. So, are there any upcoming releases that you plan on going for?
Yes, so I actually screenshotted these images so I don't forget. Um, the pollen Jordan 1s that are releasing soon. Those yellow one, it goes with your fit right now. The yellow and black, it's such a sought after colorway that Jordan doesn't do a lot with the one, especially. And like I remember they dropped the New Love mids, and even though they were mids, people still loved them, and I still love them just seeing them on people's foot just because of the fact that the yellow and black goes so nice together. But those ones, and I think they drop on my birthday month, so it'd be really awesome if I could get my hands on those. I love green, so the pine green Jordan 3s. I love a good 3, and I love green. It's my favorite color, so those definitely. And I feel like with things like that is it's not too crazy. Like a 1 is always harder to get than like a 3 or like a 5 or something like that. And then the third, it's the breads that are supposed to drop this year, but in the patent leather. You know, I would love to get an OG leather, all leather, you know, bread 1, but like a new one, because I do have a pair, but they're creased and they're the 20, I can't remember, a few years ago I got like they're from, so they're kind of worn a bit. So I would love to be able to get like a fresh pair of the original ones, but patent leather will do. You know what I'm saying? It's durable.
Yeah.
Just throw in a little crease protector so that it doesn't crease too much, but I still want them just because of the colorway.
Yeah, yeah. Dang. Well, you know what? Good luck to you on getting all those pairs. I'm gonna be lurking you like, what she got today? What she get? Because you got better luck than me. But thank you so much. You answered all the 3 questions.
I know, I can't believe it. I thought it was gonna stutter. You know, I thought I wasn't so prepared, but it went smoothly.
Yes, no, you did really, really good. I know a lot of people, they come on and they're so nervous. I'm like, no, it's okay. I can edit.
You know, exactly. For me, it's like I talk about sneakers like every single day. Like it's my job, right? So I feel like, but it's always in terms of like helping the customer and that kind of thing. So, which is always cool, but it's nice to talk about sneakers, like sneakerhead to sneakerhead.
Yes.
It's always nice to like vibe someone and just be talking sneakers back and forth with people, you know?
Yeah, yeah. Well, thank you so much. Is there anything like you mentioned just females supporting each other? Is there anything you want to close off? Give me some positivity to the females or other sneakerhead females out there.
Yeah, so I just want to say for the female sneakerhead community, like a lot of women I feel like are intimidated getting into it. They might not have the knowledge to get into it, but I feel like all the information is at your fingertips. And I feel like if you find someone genuine to talk to about, like, everyone starts at some point, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to be a sneakerhead from when you were like 6 years old to be able to build your own sneaker collection and just to stay on top of drops. A lot of it, the key to the game is information. You know what I'm saying? It's just information, knowing the right people, knowing the right information, having the right sources and stuff. But it's amazing to see how big the female sneakerhead community's gotten, even just the female leaders. Like, I don't know if you saw, but Melody Asani is like the new creative director for women's side of Foot Locker, which I was like, that's amazing. You know, that's going to lead to some great collaborations and things in the future. You got your Laylee Mays, you know what I'm saying? Like all of these amazing female sneakerheads out there that are showing females that there's more ways than one to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
there you have it. Thank you.
Like, so people like you doing this stuff. So it's amazing.
So you know what? I am going to hit you up for some knowledge.
I got you. I got you.
Yes. Thank you so much. And I guess I will kick it with you another time.
Of course. Looking forward to it. Thank you for having me.
Did you enjoy that episode? Well, do not forget to like, comment, subscribe, share this video, and I'll catch you on the next one.